Hi everyone, never really done a video like this, but I'm starting to play Ret for the first time in probably 3 expansions again. And I thought maybe for my own sake as well, I'm going to play this video while I'm doing the boss. So these are pretty much just going to be one takes going through my thoughts, I guess, as this fight went on. Yeah, it could be absolutely horrible, could do really, really well. So this is a countdown. I don't have 4-piece, which is really important to note as we go into this. I do actually end up getting 4-piece after this. So I'm going to record the heroic fights that we did during the first night of raid. So yeah, ad goes down. I pick up mass because I'm going to be the one to do left side. So after that, we go to the middle. Pretty easy boss on normal. What a great boss, by the way, if you haven't seen this boss before. So I'm going to get knocked back here. Pretty simple. Just going through my rotation. You'll probably notice I'm actually using a healer UI right now. But important part here is you'll notice that I have Achille, but I actually don't really follow Achille much. So if you guys are noticing that, that is on purpose. Again, I haven't played Ret for a very long time. So you burn the ads here. Really, really simple. Don't go into the soak yet. Once it explodes, then you can go into the soak. I have one of the orbs that you pick up after the ad dies. So that's an important thing to remember if you are doing that. So I'm just trying to hit the boss, go through my rotation. At this point, these guys are going to get gravitied, so they get knocked up into the air. Because I got the purple orb on my head, I stand in this and it soaks them and brings them down. The melee range on a lot of these bosses is absolutely terrible. So if you see that little marker above my head there, it's a Weaker telling me that I'm out of melee range, which is actually insane. Like, I should be able to melee the boss from here. It seems like it's definitely a little bit off. So I battle res someone there. These little circles don't matter too much on normal. On heroic, they leave a puddle. So you do have to stand in them just a little bit longer. All right, we're just going to burn down this ad. Same thing again. Don't go in the soak yet until it explodes. There you go. It's exploded. Try and get a bit more DPS on the ad. Go in here now. I think someone got my orb, which is fine, but we phase it. Really, really simple. What a cool boss fight, man. So sick. I remember when they said that this boss is bigger than Stormwind and I saw phase 1. I was actually a little bit disappointed. And I was like, oh no, it's not even remotely true. And then this phase happened and I went, holy demon. So it's actually pretty hard to get hit by the thing. So there's a buff if you go underneath. This is in all versions of this fight as well. Well, maybe not Mythic, but you'll see here, I actually go underneath to get the buff for us. Go up, land on the platform, and we're just going to burn down this ad. At this point, because we're pretty geared for this, even though my Ret Paladin doesn't really have too much gear yet. We're going to burn down this ad pretty easily. My thought process here is just to stay on the boss on normal because you'll see that ad gets cleaved down really, really easily. Now, normally, as you go through this phase a little bit slower, you'll see whichever side his arm lifts up, he's going to throw pretty much a planet at your platform. Our GM actually gets caught out here, and I think he dies to it because he didn't soak, because he thought that it wouldn't happen after we phased it. Now, I'm pretty sure I hit Lust. And in comms, I was like, who the hell hit Lust? But I think I had Lust on my bars from doing delves. I was farming tier 11 delves. So I think it might have been me, to be honest. Same thing again. Go to the second platform. You're going to burn down. Maybe I froze here. Or I lagged or something. No, we're okay. Lagging? No. I guess I froze there for a second. I have no idea. It's in the VOD as well. So I'll leave that in because I'm assuming it probably happened while I was streaming. So my PC's been a bit funky lately. So we're just going to burn the ads. At this point, I noticed that I'm the one that lusted after I was roasting someone for lusting. So we're going to burn this ad down. Really, really simple. Same thing again. This one does an AoE. The last ad does a bit of a frontal cone. So there it is, getting down. Again, we burn it before the phase even happens, so I'm pretty sure you're not going to see. So left arm goes up, so we're going to run right to the corner. Throws effectively a planet at you, and then we're going to mount up. Always forgetting this one. You get thrown up in the air. Down to the last phase of the fight. Again, on normal, this is quite simple. On heroic, it's a bit more hectic, but what you're going to do is effectively, here's where you'd normally lust, because you just get to whack him for a little while. But I messed that up and we didn't get to lust. So again, you'll notice I ignore my rotation a little bit in Hakili. The way that I use Hakili, even though I haven't played Ret for a long time, I should probably follow it because it's actually not bad for Ret. But the way that I use Hakili on pretty much every class, even if I know how to play it, I use it a lot like a weak aura, right? Where you can see when my cooldowns come up, my 30-second cooldown, my minute cooldowns, I can see that they're up on the Hakili, and that lets me know that my cooldowns are back, and I know the sort of rotation that I should be using the cooldowns in. So these giant circles are going to come out. You get a 3-second debuff. You're going to walk to the next ring, wait till the ring falls off, or the debuff for the ring, and then go into the next one. So quite easy. Gravity Well, you're going to stand inside a planet that's not one of the dead ones in this phase. Super simple again, just a normal. You'll see once the tank mechanic comes out, which is now, that planet that the tank mechanic goes on is going to die. And so during the soak, you can't stand in that anymore. So really simple, really obvious one right there. We're just going to keep DPS on the boss. Again, we're quite far ahead in terms of the DPS check in this. Another Gravity Well, so we're going to run away from that. That's for other people to worry about. I think most people die in this. So a lot of us are on mains and a lot of us are not on mains, I'm pretty sure in this. So you'll see it comes out. We go as close as I can to the circle, get the 3-second debuff. You'll see it in the top right-hand corner. Then I'm going to run close to that one, make sure the debuff is not on. Then you'll see the countdown, 0 seconds left. There we go. We're good to go again. Gonna have to get inside right now. Yep, so that one dies. That's the tank mechanic again. We're just going to run away. And boss is dead. I thought I'd let this play out until you guys can see the loot. Yeah, I've been playing Evoker as my main last season, so Ret is hurting my wrist a lot.